And welcome back, everybody, to another live reaction here at I'm Not a Coach. I'm your host, Dave Huerta. Thank you so much for joining us on this Thursday night matchup in Week 10 versus the LA Raiders and the Denver Broncos. Man, what a matchup, man. Two division rivals. One team is having one of the best seasons they have had in over a decade, while the other, it's still finding new ways to lose. And we're going to see what gives, man. Will the Broncos continue their incredible run and improve to 8-2 and take a strong hold at the top of the AFC West? Or will the Raiders finally get on the winning track? They've been gamblers all season long. Last week, instead of going for a tie with 20 seconds left in overtime versus the Jaguars, Pete Carroll said, no, man, we're either going to win or we're going to lose. Either way, we're not settling for a tie here. They went for it. Did not pay off, man. So we'll see if they can get back on track. They did trade Jacoby Myers, one of their top two receivers, to the Jacksonville Jaguars just a few days ago. And we'll see what effect that has on this offense, man. He was starting to kind of lose a little bit of time here and there, man. They still have Brock Bowers coming off one of his biggest games of his NFL career. 3 touchdowns, over 120 yards, and I think caught at least 12 passes in that overtime loss to the Jacksonville Jaguars. So let's go, man. We got a good one for you tonight, man. So far, Thursday night, the first 7-8 weeks, man, they were just banger after banger after banger. Last couple have been blowouts. Let's hope that streak does not continue tonight, man. But thank you so much for joining us, man. I hope your week is going well. And yeah, man, in about 6-7 minutes here, we're about to see hopefully some great football here between the AFC West rivals. Let's freaking go. All right. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. But let me know in the chat, man, who are you predicting is going to win tonight? Who do you want to win? Are you a fan of any of these teams? Let me know. Let me know. So, I can tell you right now, Brandon Perna is flying high, man. His team has looked phenomenal all season long. Yeah, coming into this game, the Broncos offense, man, has been incredible in the second half, man. The last few weeks, they have scored an insane amount of points in the fourth quarter, especially. They were trailing, obviously, the Giants a couple weeks ago massively. They scored 33 points in that fourth quarter. Obviously, were able to come back. I think even a couple weeks before then, they were able to come back against the Eagles. Had a great fourth quarter comeback. And then last week, man, they were trailing for a good chunk of that game against the Texans. Yes, CJ Stroud was gone for most of that game, but still, man, Davis Mills and that Texans offense was still leading throughout most of that game until the Broncos really just started to take over and won 18-15. And yeah, man, we got some very very sad news today, man. The defensive lineman Marshawn Nealand, unfortunately, he passed away. It was either very, very early this morning today or late last night. I don't want to speculate on anything that we don't know, but unfortunately, it looks like it was an apparent suicide. So, yeah, it stinks, man. It sucks. Hopefully, I don't know, man. Thoughts are with his family, man. That sucks. It's yeah. I think I left a post earlier today talking about it, or just kind of giving my thoughts. But yeah, man. If anybody's out there, man, struggling, trust me, man. You matter. It's never. There's nothing that can't get past. Um, yeah, definitely don't be afraid to reach out to anybody, organizations. Call 988 if you're having a really tough time. And then friends and family, man, they're always good. They're always there, man. Trust me. There isn't anything they are not going to be willing to listen and kind of help you through. So I hope everybody's doing well. And the wild thing with Nealon, he was actually the guy that recovered that fumble on Monday night for the Cowboys. That was actually their first touchdown of that game, and it was their only touchdown for a long while. But yeah, man, he was a really solid player, man. I think as a person that has been streaming a lot of Cowboys games, obviously over the last 2 years, obviously this was his second season in, so yeah, we haven't seen a single Cowboys game really without him. I know he was dealing with some injuries this season, but the guy was always involved, man. So, heck of a player, and yeah, it's a very unfortunate story, man. All right, looks like we will be getting started here in about 60 seconds, man. About to get the kickoff going. Let's freaking go. Yeah, once again, let me know your predictions. Um, Obviously, I think the Broncos are still going to be able to win this one pretty handily. Once again, it is a division game, so anything could happen, man. We've seen the Raiders be competitive in most of their games, so and I don't think today is going to be necessarily any different when it comes to that, man. Come on. All right, they got the fireworks flying off over there in Empower Field over there in Denver. All right, the Broncos are about to kick it off to the Raiders. All right, we're going to see Geno Smith in this offense first on the field. Woo, look at that smoke. And that's not even the fireworks, man. That's just everybody smoking the ganja over there in Colorado. Sorry, I couldn't help myself. It was a layup of a joke. It was kind of lazy of a joke, but you know, it was a layup. You know. All right, Geno under center, single back in the backfield, single receiver to that right side. Ball starting at the 35. Handoff to Genty, the rookie, who has struggled this season, and he is going to be stopped up right at the line. 2nd and 10 coming up. And this one going to be a throw, and it's good for a couple yards there. 3rd and 10 coming up. That was Thornton catching that one. So once again, Jacoby Myers has been sent to the Jaguars. So you're going to see a lot of these other guys like Thornton, like Tucker. They're going to start getting a little bit more looks, some more targets in this offense. 3rd and 6, ball at the 39. Geno in the shotgun, running back to his right. He's got three receivers to that left side. Throws to the right. Nice little shallow cross. And that's going to be a first down for the for the Las Vegas Raiders. Still trying to get used to that Las Vegas stuff, you know. And that's the former Seattle Seahawk there, Tyler Lockett, getting a first down for the Raiders. 1st and 10, ball at the 45. Handoff up the middle. Genty picking his way through to that right side. Nice movement in the pile and getting it down near the 50. All right, Geno under center, single back in the backfield. Receiver in motion. Nice little play action, rolling out to his right. He's going to take off and run, and he slides right at the line to gain, and they are in Broncos territory. A nice little handoff there going to the left, and that's going to pick up 2 or 3 yards there. Once again, Ashton Genty just trying to find some room, man. It has been slim pickings for him this season. 2nd and 7, and looks like we're going to get a Gonna get a timeout here? What's going on? All right, ball at the 41. Gino in the shotgun, running back to his left. Two receivers to the right. Looking, throws to the right, and that's going to be. Oh, there's a flag, and this play is going to be blown dead. That's a little one-handed catch there by Brock Bowers. And it's going to be a false start on the backup tight end, Michael Meyer. Tight end out of Notre Dame. All right, 2nd and 2. Gino in the shotgun, running back to his right. Two receivers to the right side. Ball at the 46, throws to the left, and he's got Tyler Lockett going out of bounds, and he'll be about 2 yards shy of the first. 3rd down coming up. Yeah, Lockett and Gino, man, they obviously played a couple seasons with each other over there in Seattle. Obviously, Pete Carroll was the head coach there when Gino first got there. All right, 3rd and 3, ball at the 37. Condensed 2-by-2 formation. We got the receiver in motion to the right. Gino in the shotgun. Takes the snap, looking, pressure, and down he goes for a sack back at the 42. Oh, we got the big man. We got the big man, number 99. Also, one of my favorite freaking numbers on a defensive lineman, dude. It just, 99, it just fits. Ooh. Looks like the center got tripped up by his own guy. And then, right there, man. Allen able to bring him down. 4th and 8, and the Raiders are going to punt this one away. And, ooh, where'd they go out of bounds? It's going to be a touchback. Wow, man. Goes out of bounds at the 1. That is a heck of a punt there by Cole. All right, while we're on commercial break, let's get the stats, man. So coming into this game, Raiders defensively, they are giving up 224 yards in the passing game. That is good for basically smack dab in the middle of the NFL, 16th overall. And then when it comes to running defense, they were giving up just under 110 yards per game, good for 14th in the NFL. And then when it comes to turnovers, they have a total of 8, 4 fumble recoveries, and 4 interceptions. That is only good for 22nd. So the kind of that back third of the NFL. And then in terms of giving up touchdowns, man, they have given up quite a bit there. 11 touchdown passes given up, as well as 12 rushing touchdowns. So this defense, even though they're not maybe giving up a massive chunk of yardage, they're giving up points by quite a bit there, man. I mean, and that is through basically 8 games. That is, you're basically giving up, what, 3 touchdowns basically per game. That's quite a bit. And then on the other side, the Denver Broncos, that defense a little bit better, at least in terms of yardage, may not look as impressive. They are giving up 187 yards in the pass, which is pretty dang good, man. Holding guys to under 200 yards per game. That is good for 11th in the NFL. Obviously, in terms of rushing, could be a little bit better. You know, usually you want a really great defense to be somewhere around the 80 to 70 range, but 93 yards per carry, not bad. Good for 12. And then turnovers, something that they have struggled with all season long. Only 3 fumbles and 4 interceptions. That is tied for 28th in the NFL. And then when it comes up giving up touchdowns, 8 passes, 6 on the ground. So not great, but the one thing that they have done successfully is they have been able to rack up sacks, man. And they have been doing it at a clip that is almost historic. So look out for those numbers. Let me move here. It's going to be a run up the middle, and it's going to pick up about 5 or 6 yards. J.K. Dobbins with a heck of a run. Yeah, so far on the 6-game winning streak, Bo Nix, 12 touchdown passes, 3 touchdown runs, and just 3 interceptions, man. It's a healthy average, man. 15 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. There you go. All right, we got 2nd and 4 for the Broncos coming up here. Nice little toss to the right. He's got some room. He's got the edge, and he's going to pick up about 2 yards. J.K. Dobbins getting the early looks in this game. So far, he has been the number 1 runner. But over the last couple weeks, man, we've seen R.J. Harvey kind of close that gap just a little bit. It's becoming definitely more and more of a timeshare. It is a windy day there in Mile High. It's going to be a run up the middle, and this one is only good for a yard, and it'll be 4th down coming up. But yeah, dude, the wind is apparently at 19 miles an hour, man. That's going to affect some kicks, potentially some throws, at least some of those long ones down the field. Woo, Max Crosby bringing them down for a big, big stop on 3rd down. And because the Broncos are so pinned deep in their own territory, still inside their own 15, because of that great punt by Cole, they're not going to risk it. They're just going to punt this one away, and the Raiders are going to have some great field position. That one goes out of bounds somewhere around the 50, maybe the 45. And officially, the spot is going to be at the, what? They said initially at the 44. Might be a little bit more in Broncos territory than they would like. All right, we got 7:07 here in the first. All right. 1st and 10 officially at the 41, so not a great punt there. Ooh, look at that. The Raiders overloading that right side, giving a toss to Genty, and that goes nowhere, man. That was a Singleton coming in there like a freaking heat-seeking missile. 2nd and 10 coming up. All right, 2nd and 10. Gino in the shotgun, running back to his right. Two receivers on that left side. Looking, throws, and that ball is batted at the line. 3rd and 10. A very similar play to how they actually ended their game last week against the Jags. They're trying to go for two, try to go for the win, and then Gino let that one loose, and they just got slapped down right at the line of scrimmage. All right, ball still at the 41. We got a single receiver to the right. Gino in the shotgun, running back to his right. Pressure, gets it out on a screen to the 35, and it's going to be a first down for the Raiders. Was that the former Detroit line there? Let me see here. Nope. It's actually Raheem Mostert, the former 49er there, picking up some big yardage on the screen there to the right, picking up 11 yards and keeping this drive alive for the Raiders. All right, Gino under center, single back in the backfield, two receivers to his left. It's going to be an end around to Tucker, and able to pick up about 6 or 7 yards there on the end around. Yeah, that was Trey Tucker, who I think it was by week 3 or 4, man, he had basically kind of jumped Jacoby Myers a little bit in being that kind of that number 2 receiver in this offense. It's kind of Jacoby and him were kind of going back and forth, and now with Jacoby gone, man, it's the Trey Tucker show now. 2nd and 3, throw over the middle, gets it out to actually Michael Mayer picks up a first down, and they're going to be inside the 25 of this Denver defense. Sorry, not the 25, the 15, actually, inside the 15. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 12. Gino under center. It's going to be a toss to the right. Genty with some room and some space. Stays on his feet and is going to get it down near the 7. So a pickup of 5 there. His best run of the night so far. We got 420, 419, 418, 417, 416, 415. If you want to sync up this game with us. Second and 4. Gino under center. Ball actually spotted at the 6. Little play action rolling out to his right. And whoa! Myers with a one-handed grab that could have gone the other way, man. Able to snatch that one out of the air before Denver able to get that interception. Only picks up about a yard or 2, but when it could have easily been a pick 6 going the other way, man. All right, 3rd and 2, ball just outside of the 4-yard line there. Handoff up the middle, and it's a first down and more. Ashton Genty, man, muscling his way into the end zone. A big touchdown for the Raiders. Just a nice little, just a great design play, man. The offensive lineman, the guard, especially the left guard, able to kind of just seal that one away and just give Genty a great lane to run through on that left side. Carlson's kick is up, and it is good. And the Raiders, man, late in the first quarter, have taken a 7-0 lead over the 7-2 Denver Broncos. All right, currently on a commercial break. We'll see what the Broncos can do this time with maybe a little bit of better field position than they started out with. They started inside their own 5 on that first drive, able to pick up 9 yards. But when you're that close, man, you really don't want to risk not picking up that first and giving the Raiders basically the ball inside your own 15. Yeah, over the last couple of weeks, man, Bo Nix has just been he's taken a massive, massive jump in his development, man. Last year you saw flashes of a guy like I remember early on when they drafted him, everybody's like, "Oh, they overdrafted him." They looked the people were calling the Broncos desperate for basically picking Bo Nix when they're like, "Oh, we could have probably picked him up in the second round," things like that. But you started seeing flashes with Bo last year, especially particularly in the middle and towards the end. He really looked like there was. You're like, okay, we can. If this guy develops, man, we can probably build something around him. This second year, man, he's. I wouldn't consider him an MVP candidate yet, but I mean, he's approaching that conversation. At the very least, we're talking a guy that is going to be viewed as one of the best quarterbacks in the AFC over the next couple of years. But yeah, let me know your opinion on Bo Nix, man. Are you guys buying what he's been doing the last couple of weeks, or is this more of like, he's gonna go up and he's gonna come back down to earth? Let me know. Heck of a freaking tackle there by the Raiders special team unit, man. Holy cow! A little bit of a bobble there, actually a full-on drop by the returner there right at the goal line, so he kind of had no choice but to pick it up and run. All right, we got first and 10. Bo in the shotgun, running back to his left. He's got 2 receivers on that left side as well. Throws to the right. It's a little bit of a high pass. And they're saying Cortland Sutton able to tap the toes before going out of bounds. All right, second and 4. Bo looking. Down he goes for a sack from that left side, and the Raiders. Oh, we got a Kamehameha. Oh, they didn't show it. Come on. He was charging it up. Mm. Any Dragon Ball Z fans, you would have appreciated the Butler's celebration there, man. He's kind of winding that up there, just kind of, and he's about to let it loose, but camera pulled away, man. We're about to get a Kamehameha wave here. Come on. All right, 3rd and 13, ball at the 17-yard line. Bo needs to get this one out, and it looks like it was tipped at the line. Even then, Evan Ingram able to have almost had a chance at a catch there, but it glances right off of his hands, and now it is 4th and 13, and the Broncos are about to punt this one away again. And we just talked about the Raiders defense, man. They're not a terrible defense. They're not like what they were, 2-3 years ago when they were borderline dead last in almost every category. This is a middle of the road defense. Still able to, stop offenses. They're still able to get some turnovers. This defense actually has more turnovers than the Broncos defense has. Granted, it's only by one extra turnover, but still more. And it's not going to be a great return, but there is a flag on the field. It's going to be on the Raiders for holding, so moving the ball back there. Holy cow, man. We got 5 people watching on the Thursday night. Let's freaking go, man. Appreciate you guys. Thank you, thank you. If you guys are new, please, first off, welcome. Please make sure you leave a like and subscribe on the video and the channel. It helps out both video and channel a ton. But if you're coming back, man, welcome back, dude. Thank you, thank you. Seastrom, what's going on, my buddy? Good morning, good morning. How you doing, dude? All right, Seastrom, you got to give me your predictions, man. What do you think? Raiders looking good on defense, their offense scoring a touchdown. Are they going to pull the upset off on Thursday night, or are the Broncos basically going to do what they've done most of the season, and that's just come back in the second half? Let me know, man. Let me know. Doing good. Been busy with work. And November will be an interesting month. Very true. Predictions? There we go. Yeah, dude. November always a wild, wild, wild month. In the NFL and in life, to be honest with you. Broncos win 24-17. Ooh. I like it. I like it. No. 27-20. Oh, okay, okay. Hey, some more points. Let's go. All right, man. 27-21. I like it. It means we're going to get touchdowns and hopefully a couple turnovers. Come on. All right, we're back here. 1st and 10. Geno in the shotgun, running back to his right. 3 receivers bunched up on that left side, on that right side. Genty gets away from a defender and is going to pick up the first down, man. Heck of a job there. But yeah, man, Seastrom, how's work been, man? Are you gearing up for the holidays? I know it's always tough on you guys. All right, we got 1st and 10. Geno in the shotgun, looking, dumps it to the right side for a nice little screen, and Genty able to pick up 6 or 7 yards there on the right side. All right, we got about less than 45 seconds left, so we probably got one more play before we head into the second quarter. Second and 4 coming up. All right, Gino under center, single back in the backfield. It's going to be a pitch to the left. Genty with some room. He makes a man miss to the 50, to the 40, 35, and down at the 31. But we do have a flag. We're doing what we can. And busy, yep. And unfortunately, it's going to be a hold on the Raiders. So that great run by Genty there is going to be wiped away. Nah, man, hey, keep your head up, man. I appreciate you, man. Trust me, I got family members that have been in education for a long time. And always undervalued, but hopefully the people that appreciate you show it. Keep at it, brother. Trust me, man. It'll pay its dividends, man. You're gonna help out a lot of people doing what you do. And you probably already know that, hopefully. So. All right, we got 2nd and 12 coming up. But that's the end of the first on a penalty. Always fun when that happens. All right, we're going to go to a commercial break here. But when we come back, Raiders, 2nd and 12 after the penalty, wipes away a great freaking run. But it's been interesting, man. There hasn't been a ton of pressure on Geno in this game so far. The Broncos are, I think they're the team that leads the NFL in sacks right now, and they're on a pretty darn good pace, man. And they haven't really gotten anything in that first quarter, man. They've barely been able to get this Raiders team in a bad situation outside of that first drive. This month will be fun. Picked up some tickets to one of my friends. Heck yeah. Hold up. Sorry about that. Oh. Holy cow, man. This is going to be your first concert? Let's freaking go, man. Heck yeah, man. If you don't mind me asking, who's the band? You don't have to say it if you don't want to, my man. But heck yeah, dude. Let's freaking go. Yeah, what was my first ever concert outside of like school stuff. My first ever concert was Coldplay in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It was at the old Bradley Center. Me and my brother went. We got lost in Milwaukee, which is hilarious because this was before like you could have like a GPS. Like there was no smartphones before that. If you had a GPS, you had to buy one of those like TomTom GPSs, and my brother, who was I think in high school at the time, did not own one. So the oh hellos. Oh, all right, all right. Let's see here. The oh hellos. Folk rock. Let's freaking go, man. Love me some folk rock. Heck yeah, dude. All right, we're gonna pin this. I'm gonna check them out. I'm gonna check them out, man. Heck yeah. Some folk rock. Can never go wrong, man. I'll be going with my brother. Let's freaking go, man. Heck yeah, dude. Look at that, man. Me and you. First concerts, we did it with our brothers. Heck yeah. Oh, man. Enjoy it, my friend. Enjoy it. It's special, man. That's going to be cool. Gino throws to the left. That one is underthrown. It'll be 3rd and 12. But yeah, man, when we were driving up there, we stopped at the gas station and we're like, dude, I'm like, oh, all right, the concert doesn't start for like another 45 to like almost an hour. Like we'll be fine. But like we were already in Milwaukee. And so we couldn't find the Bradley Center, so we stopped at the gas station and we asked the guy that's there. Hold on. We got 3rd and 12, Gino in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right. Takes the snap, pressure, and down he goes. And as I was mentioning it, they finally get to Geno Smith. Actually, no, this is their second sack. Sorry, they did get a sack in the first. I swear I'm paying attention to the game. I swear. But that is none other than Nick Bonito, one of the best pass rushers in the NFL. Able to get to Geno Smith, man. Holy cow. Oh boy, we have a couple Raiders down on the ground right now. That's not good. Looks like they're checking his left ankle. Yeah, it looks like it might be. Yeah, that's Powers, it looks like. Dang, dude. What the heck? Yeah, Ben Powers. Ben Power. Yeah, wait, Ben Power Johnson, right? That's his name. I'm sure. I feel like I pulled that name out of my Tookus a little bit, but oh, okay, Jackson Powers Johnson. There we go. See, I did pull that name out of my Tookus. All right, so Jackson Powers Johnson is the player that's the starting right guard for the Raiders. He is down in the ground. They're checking his left ankle. Hopefully, he just tweaked it. Hopefully, he's back in there. He's one of their. I mean, he's been with the Raiders. He's been their starter for ever since they drafted him. Back in 2024, yeah, Oregon. Yeah, man, he's changed that interior line, man, for them. Oh, I think he rolled that ankle. Yeah, dude. There's a whole lot of bodies going in that section, man. So yeah, not too surprised. Dang. But to finish the story, so yeah, me and my brother, we stopped at the gas station and we asked the attendant like, hey man, we've been driving around for like the last like 10-ish, 15 minutes. We can't seem to find the Bradley Center. Like, can you help us out? And the guy just gives us a blank stare, and we're like, oh, what did we do? Like, did we say something? Like, what happened? He's like, you're looking for the Bradley? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, it's it's like 2 blocks that way, man. It's like you can see it from as soon as you walk out of the door here. And that's what we do. We were like, oh, okay. We walk out. Yep, there it is. There's the Bradley Center. Basically just 2 blocks. We could have walked there. So yeah, so we were like, oh, we feel dumb, but so yeah. Yep. Been there once. Had my ankle swell up 2.5 times. It's almost like, woo. Yeah, dude. Rolling your ankle, man. It's one of those injuries where you know it's not bad because eventually it's just gonna take time, but it's annoying. And then it's just one of those you're like, son of a biscuit. Come on, man. It's so easy to re-roll it too, man. Like once you're starting to feel a little bit better, you're like, ooh, okay, maybe I can go for a little jog. No. Rolled it while ice skating. Didn't realize how bad it was, so ice skated. Woo! Sounds like you had a great trip. Oh, it was a heck of a trip. We had to, like I said, I mentioned that we didn't have GPS, so we had to do it the old-fashioned way, and that is print, print something from the internet, man. Print the instructions from MapQuest. And there I was in the passenger seat, telling my brother when to turn as we were approaching every single turn, exit, all that good stuff. Yeah, man. MapQuest saving so many lives. Was it ever updated? No. There was just if you're going to a city that had construction and that construction could have been there for like 3 weeks, MapQuest was not going to be able to update it in time, man. All right. Raiders are punted it away. Sorry. Broncos have it at their own 33. It's going to be thrown it to the left, and there's going to be a flag on the play. Yeah, no, it was a great concert, man. Coldplay, especially at the time. I think the album that they were basically touring was X and Y. Yeah, that was a Speed of Sound, which is a great freaking song, man. So good. Because burning at the speed of sound. But anyway, yeah, we had some good times there. We had some good times at that concert. It was fun. All right, penalty was on the Broncos, so it'll be 1st and 20 coming up. Ball at their own 23 now. Handoff up the middle, and RJ Harvey able to pick up maybe 3 or 4 yards there, getting it past the 25. All right, Bo in the shotgun, running back to his left. He's got 3 receivers on that right side. Pressure, gets it out quick and nearly intercepted. Nearly a Bove overthrow there. Or obviously, as everybody calls it, a Boverthrow. Yeah, I don't think him and Sutton were on the same page because that one was inside and high. All right, 3rd and 16. Bo looking. He's got time. Throws to the right, and it's going to be about 3 yards shy. Able to get it out to Troy Franklin. Absolutely, man. Yeah, that should have been a pick, man. I think that was Caillou Blue Kelly. I think I'm pronouncing that name correctly. All right, we got 4th and 3 here. Looks like the Broncos are going for it. 4th and something. Yep. Oh yeah. No, I would be surprised if they snap this ball. Ball is at the 40, at their own 40, I should say. Yep, not snapping the ball. It's going to be a delay of game, and all right. Oh, we got some jawing on the in the middle of the field there. You know, 2 rivals going after it. All right, we got 12:18 left in the second quarter, and it'll be 4th and 8 after the penalty. I was hoping. I know, man. Come on. Come on. I don't know, man. Sometimes teams are a little too conservative for my liking. Oh, sheesh. That is one of the ugliest punts I've seen. That had to have gone off of his foot wrong. Luckily, he gets a great bounce, man, because he gets it inside the 30, it looks like. Ooh. I don't know if I've ever seen a punter kick a ball like that. And I think that was not on purpose. Interesting. What was that? It was a back kick. That was a back kick. That's what that was. That looked like me punting right there, man. You know what I would have said if I would have punted? I'd be like, dude, they went like 35 yards, man. That's a solid punt. All right. Did it look pretty? No, but they got the job done. Could have been a lot worse. He's lucky a Raider didn't like land into basically bump into a Raider because he could have just picked that up and started running, dude. All right, Raiders handed off to Genty, and it'll be picking up a yard there down to the 30. Let's freaking go, man. We got 4 people watching. Let's freaking go. Appreciate you guys. And once again, if you're new, man, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe on the video. It helps out a ton. And plus, it lets me know that you like stuff like this. Thank you. 2nd and 9, little play action. Gino trying to set up a screen, and that gets blown up. He is lucky that Myers did not catch that one. Otherwise, they're going to be losing about 3 or 4 yards on the tight end screen there to the left. Yeah, I feel like Gino sold that screen a little too early. Either that or Myers didn't disengage from the block soon enough. 3rd and 9, ball at the 30. Gino in the shotgun running back to his left. Pressure. He's got time, and he finds a wide open Brock Bowers across the 50 and into Denver territory. And that was Brock Bowers just running a simple crossing route there, going towards the left side. And then just going off, man. Great yak after that catch. Oh, boy. Oh, man. Bowers had himself a freaking day last week. Woo! 12 catches, 120 yards, 3 touchdowns. Quick throw to the left, and that's going to be incomplete, in and out of the hands of... Looks like that's actually Ashton Genty. Yeah, dude, the Brock Bowers, man, the Georgia Bulldog has just been an absolute monster since they drafted him, man. All right, 2nd and 10, ball at the 41. Gino takes the snap, quick throw to the right side, makes a man miss, and Trey Tucker able to pick up about 3 or 4 yards there. All right, 3rd and 7. Gino in the shotgun, running back to his right. Bowers in motion. Looking. He's got some time. Throws it up, and that's going to be incomplete. We do have a flag, though. And from the reactions, it's going to be on the Broncos, and that'll be an automatic. Oh, actually, no. It's going to be just offsides. So that'll give the Raiders a second chance on 3rd down, and it'll make it 3rd and 2. Oh, Seastrom, while you're here, man, give me your opinions on the trades. Man, you guys, you got Logan Wilson, you got Quinnen Williams. Had to give up quite a bit there to get Quinnen, so let me know about that too. All right, we got 3rd and 2. And Gino trying to sneak it, and it goes absolutely nowhere, dude. Nobody blocked Big 96. What the heck was that? Oh, I'm sorry. Forsyth tried to block 96, and it did not turn out well. Ooh. Trades. I'm not much of a tradesman, but All right. 4th and 2, going for it, setting up a screw. Oh, Trey Tucker to the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders. But it's going to be on the Raiders, it looks like. I think they got a man. I think it was an offensive lineman there. Might have been. Let's see here. Oh, it's going to be on the rookie Thornton. Pass interference. Oh, that's a rookie mistake right there. You got to run your route. You just got to run your route. And if you incidentally bump into the guy, that's one thing. So that'll wipe away a touchdown there for Trey Tucker. I don't know. My first initial reaction was, why are we going in like we're trying to win this year? But taking a second, they're actually better than I thought long term. It's fair. Yeah. And like both guys are relatively young. Punt is away, and it's going to be. Is that going to be another great punt? Dude, Cole is absolutely smashing it tonight, man. That one landed at the 1 and then literally did a 90-degree out. Ooh, look at that. That is at the half-yard line. Denver's offense that has been struggling so far in this game, they're going to get the ball basically inside their own 1. Yeah, man. Yeah, Quinnen Williams, it doesn't turn 28 until December, which for a defensive lineman, man, you might as well be basically like a 26 or 25-year-old because they can play pretty darn well into their 30s. So to me, like Quinnen Williams, I got to look at his contract. I don't know how many years he has left. But there's a good chance if he plays well, there's going to be a second contract with the Cowboys with his age and with his just he's been a really good player for a while. He's had his last 2 years have been kind of trending downwards, but to be fair, that entire defense for the Jets has been trending downwards. Even Sauce Gardner has had a downward trend in his form, so. But who knows, man? New defense, new feel, new team can kind of maybe bring up a little bit of some new motivation for some guys. Logan Wilson also, he's been trying to get traded for months now at this point. So yeah, to me they gave up a lot, man. I would have been if it would have been like a second and like a fourth for Quinnen Williams, I would have been like, oh, solid, very solid because there's high upside, there's good age. But man, dude, giving up a first and a second, man, to me it just feels like it's a lot. But at the end of the day, if it works, who cares? So yeah, his deal runs through 2027, which is pretty good for us. Oh, well, there you go. So yeah, okay. So yeah, so you're getting this year, next year, and the year after that. Yeah, and honestly, if he plays well this year and next year, you can kind of give him an extension, maybe lower his cap hit. There you go. Okay. All right, Bo rolling out to his left. And he gets it out to J.K. Dobbins on a nice little flat route there to the left side. Picks up about 6 or 7 yards. Play action, getting it out to the right. And unfortunately for Troy Franklin, he catches that one and then runs right into a tackle that is the former Packer Stokes. Bringing him down, man. Eric Stokes. I think it might have picked up about a yard, maybe two. All right, we got 3rd and 1. They need to get it to the 11. Bo in the shotgun. Looking. Pressure. Running. Throws it and incomplete, in and out of the hands of Evan Ingram. Unfortunately, Evan, not one of the most secure-handed tight ends in the NFL. And just unfortunately another example of that, dude. Could have been an easier catch if Bo kind of put a little extra air under it, man. But that is one you got to make. You got to make that for your quarterback. All right, man. The Broncos punting it again. We got 7:46 here in the second quarter, and we've only seen the Raiders get anything on the board. Kershaw's kick. This one, a more traditional looking punt, and still not a good one, man. Gets it at the 45, maybe. And they're going to spot it at the 49, so basically at midfield. All right, man. Raiders with the ball here. So the penalty was on the Broncos, and that'll give the Raiders the ball inside Denver territory at the 43. Quick throw to the left, and that picks up about 4 yards there for Trey Tucker. All right, 2nd and 10. They're saying that was an incomplete pass, actually, to Tucker. Trying to do an end around with Bowers, and that goes nowhere, man. Come on. What are the Raiders? What are the Raiders doing, man? You have the ball. Basically, you just need 10, like not even a full 10 yards to get into field goal range. Come on. Nick Benito able to sniff out that end around there, dropping him for a couple yards. So 3rd and 14, ball at the 47. Gino in the shotgun. Takes the snap. Has some time. Finds Myers for some decent yardage, and they're going to be right at the edge of Daniel Carlson's field goal range. All right, it's 4th and 5. They're going for it. Let's go. 3 receivers to the right. Gino in the shotgun, running back to his left. Pressure, and down he goes. And that was a safety blitz coming from the blind side. And it's a turnover on downs for the Raiders. Raheem Mostert not picking up that blitz. Ended up blocking nobody. That is Hufana just coming in unblocked. Wow, dude. Dude, the Raiders have had golden opportunities to tack on points. Like, even if you would have gotten just 2 field goals out of the last couple drives, that's a 2 possession lead, 2 touchdown lead. Come on, man. Like right now, your defense is giving you every opportunity to win this game, or at least put yourself in a position to win this game early. Mm. All right, let's look at the numbers here, man. Let's look at the stats. So Gino, 10 of 15, 92 yards. Ashton Genty, 9 for 31. He's only averaging about 3.5 yards per carry. Brock Bowers, 1 catch for 31 yards. So Raheem and Gino were kind of arguing a little bit, and then they dapped each other up afterwards. Man, that was a tough one. That was a tough one. All right, 1st and 10 for the Broncos. This is their best field position all game, basically at the 50. Nice run to the right side, and J.K. Dobbins with a little shake there, getting some room, picking up a 1st down, and that's going to be good for about 12 or 13. And they are in Raiders territory, man. Dude, look at this. Look at this little shimmy. Woo! Got that head snap there. Ooh. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 40-yard line. Oh, they got a whole lot of guys on the line here for this run, and that picks up only a yard. We do have a flag on the play. All right, so after that penalty, that'll push him back to the 50, so 1st and 20. Bo alone in the shotgun. He's got 3 receivers on that left side. Takes the snap. Rolling out to his right, and he will get it out to R.J. Harvey, who's only going to be able to pick up about 2 yards on the play. All right, 2nd and 18. Bo in the shotgun, running back to his left. Takes the snap, rolling out to his right, and he's going to deliver a ball to the 30, 25, 15, 10, and out of bounds inside the 10-yard line. And that's the rookie, Bryant. Woo! Yeah, Bryant lined up in the slot to the left and then just runs a deep crosser towards the right. The entire coverage was worried about Bo Nix running. McGlinchey doing a great job of just making Max Crosby just moving him to the side, just looping him around, giving Bo a chance to just go off and buy some extra time there towards the right. Play action, gets it out to the left, and R.J. Harvey stepping out of bounds, being forced out of bounds for a loss of 2. All right, we're closing in on just 3 minutes left here in the first half. Can the Broncos punch it in and tie this game up before the half? 2nd and goal, ball at the 7. All right, Bo alone in the shotgun. He's got time. Over the middle, and it's caught! Touchdown, Troy Franklin, man. The Oregon Ducks combining for another score here. And you can't blame the Raiders defense, man. They have held this this very, very potent Broncos offense in check all night long, man. The Raiders offense has not been able to cash in on some of the great field position they've had over their last 3 or 4 drives. Fingers crossed they can tie it up, right? Whew. Extra points have been weird the last couple weeks, and the extra point is good. Woo! Let's go. All right, man. With 2:41 left in the first half, the Broncos on the board for the first time tonight, and they have tied it up at 7. Nice TD. There you go. Dahlia, what's up? Hey, how's the game going? The game is going okay. We had an early touchdown by the Raiders. We've had some weird special teams. There's a weird punt. And then the Raiders have not been able to do much, even though they've started like basically at the 40, almost the 50-yard line the last couple times. They have come away with no points. And the Broncos were struggling up until this past drive. So yeah, no, haven't missed a whole lot, but we've had at least I think about what 3 or 4 sacks in this game. Almost a couple interceptions, but nothing too crazy. Yeah, but Delia, how's your night going? Let me know. Let me know. All right, man. The Raiders 3 timeouts, 2:41 on the clock. Let's see if they can get something going here, man. It's been a while since they scored that touchdown. All right, Gino in the shotgun, running back to his left. He's got 3 receivers bunched up on that right side. He's going to take off and run and is brought down for another sack, man. And the Broncos actually take a timeout here. They're trying to see if they can get this ball back on the other side of the 2 minute warning, or at the very least near the 2 minute warning. And they're highlighting. So before they lost their starting right guard, 10 rushes for 43 yards. Since then, 4 rushes, -3 yards. And a run up the middle there. Genty picks up about 3, maybe 4 for the Raiders. So they are actually back in. Actually, I was about to say positive yardage. I think that brought them to 5 carries for no yardage. All right, we got 3rd and 6. Gino in the shotgun, running back to his right. Looking, pressure, down he goes again for another sack, man. Allen able to get his second one of the night. And actually, it was Allen and Nick Benito combining on their second sacks of the night. Yeah, you're starting to see a little bit of a momentum shift in this game, man. The Raiders look like they're starting to look a little bit better offensively. Their defense was playing well. Special teams was killing it, man. Both 2 punts by their punter able to pin the Broncos inside, basically at the 1 yard line. And then after the Broncos had a punt both of those times, the Raiders were able to get the ball near midfield, if not past midfield. And unfortunately for them, not able to capitalize on that great field position. Oh, man. All right, guys, let me know in the chat, man. What do you think? Do you think the Broncos are going to be able to actually take the lead for the first time before the half? Definitely a busy night around the house. Every day I was waking up thinking it was Friday. So it's been the longest week ever. Oh, man. Oh, well, it's almost Friday, man. It's almost payday. It's almost payday. It'll be tomorrow. I was about to say, man, they're showing ooh, Ryan Fitzpatrick's got the yellow Adidas on. Let's go. All right, punt is away. It's going to be caught at the 28 and able to get nothing on the return there, man. Gino has that look on his face. He's like, I left Seattle for this. Oh, to be fair, he was traded to Seattle or traded from Seattle. All right, 1st and 10. Bo looking pressured, gets it out, and that's going to be incomplete. Now it was a backup running back Tyler Batty unable to haul that one in. All right, we got 2nd and 10. Bo in the shotgun, running back to his left. 3 receivers on that right side. Quick throw, gets it out, and Evan Ingram able to pick up 7 on that one. 3rd and 3 coming up. When I joined, I was surprised. It was 7-0 with the Broncos, 7-2 standing. Yeah, they've struggled offensively, but to be fair, they've done this almost every single week. They're a second half team. And a throw, and he finds the rookie Bryant running a crosser there. Or it might have been a deep dig route towards the right sideline. Either way, it's a first down, but we do have a flag on the field, a very late flag. And it's going to be pass interference on Bryant, so he might have pushed off. Yeah, he's there on the left side. Okay. I mean, it's not a great call. I've seen guys do that often and not get called, but he did push off. So 3rd and 14 coming up here. Ball at the 34. Sorry, at the 24. Bo looking, throws, and he's got Cortland Sutton for a big first down gain of 16 on 3rd and 14. All right, clock is running. They do have a timeout here. Ball at the 38. 3 receivers to the right. Bo in the shotgun, running back to his left. And there's going to be a flag. Yeah, no, the Broncos have been a team that remember they scored 33 against the Giants in the fourth quarter. They scored a couple good points in the comeback win last week against the Texans. Trying to think, they scored, what was it, 18 points in the fourth quarter against the Eagles a couple weeks ago. Yeah, man, they are a team that is that can put up points, but they seem to put up points late in the second half. All right, so it was a false start on the Broncos, so 1st and 15. They've had a couple penalties on them today. And Troy Franklin just batting that one away because he was about to get. Bo Nix was nearly picked off there by Eric Stokes. Second and 15. All right, we got single receiver to the left, Bo in the shotgun. Pressured, running, throwing it deep down the field, and he's picked off. Threw it across his body and a overthrow by Bo Nix. And it's going to be returned to the 35. And that is Caillou Blue Kelly with a great interception. He almost had one early in this game. It was another overthrow. It was towards the left sideline. And Kelly nearly had it, man, but it went right through his hands. This one, he got it, man. He's like, yeah, I'm not missing this one. Not sure why Bo Nix felt like he needed to make that throw at that time. All right, 1st and 10. 27 seconds left. The Raiders have all 3 timeouts. Geno throwing it deep. He's got a man. Goes right through his hands, and it's the rookie Thornton unable to haul it in. Oh my God, dude. If he catches that one, that's at the 25, man. My glasses are all fogged up, man. Oh, dude, you can't miss that, dude. I mean, that is a golden opportunity at points right there. Even if they don't get another yard, that's a field goal at least. Daniel Carlson's one of the better kickers in the NFL. And Geno going to burn a timeout here, not liking what he was seeing with that defense. All right. Geno looking, has some time, throws it out, and is going to pick up about 8 or 9 yards there going out of bounds. That is Tyler Lockett, the former Seattle Seahawk. All right, we got 3rd and 1. Clock is stopped at 15 seconds. Raiders have 2 timeouts, but they need to get the first here. So this is where the Broncos make their money, man. This is where they can get some sacks. And they've been racking up the sacks in this game. Down he goes, and oh no, he's able to flip it out for a loss. And that'll be the end of the first here. Raiders are obviously not going to use a timeout. And Nick Bonito, dude, immediately able to beat his man and just chase down Geno Smith and just force him to just kind of flip it for basically what ended up being a loss on 3rd and 1. All right, man, that is going to be the half here. It is all tied up 7-7. Both offenses not looking great. Defenses are kind of ruling the day. The Raiders, I would say that they were kind of really looking like the team that could potentially take a lead here midway, I would say, early in the second quarter. And that just ended up not being the case, man. They kind of started to flip a little bit. But the Broncos offense, man, just still not really moving the ball like they usually do, especially on the ground. I feel like I would want them to commit to the running game a little bit more in the second half. J.K. Dobbins has had a couple good runs. Yeah, they put this offense a lot in the shotgun, which I think it can limit to what your offensive linemen are able to do when you're in that position. It doesn't really allow them to run with power and get low because they have to be in that, typically have to be in a pass protection running stance. But all right, man, let's look at the halftime stats. So Geno, 12 of 18, 96 yards. He's been efficient and careful with the ball. He comes into this game with 11 touchdowns and 11 interceptions, which is the most in the NFL. Actually, I should say the most for the NFL when it comes to the interceptions, not the touchdowns. So yeah, so he has been kind of just a little too loose with the ball. So it's nice that he's keeping it safe, but unfortunately, less than 100 yards when you've thrown the ball 18 times, not great. Ashton Jeanty, 10 for 35. He does have the 1 touchdown. Tyler Lockett, 3 for 24. Michael Mayer, 3 for 22. And Brock Bowers, just the 1 catch, but he did take it for 31 yards. Adam Butler has the sack. And then, once again, we saw Caillou Blue Kelly with the interception there by Bo Nix on that overthrow. All right, now looking at the Broncos. Bo Nix, 9 of 15, 101 yards. Does have a touchdown, but also has that interception. J.K. Dobbins, 4 for 22, averaging 5.5 yards per carry. Yeah, dude, the Broncos ran the ball 6 times, and the most they were down by was 7 points. That is insane, dude. When you have a running back that is averaging 5 points, and I understand that on 2 of those drives, they started at the 1. Granted, that should be a great opportunity for you to run the ball. But I understand. Like, you know what? Hey, they were expecting the run, throw the ball. I can understand that. But the rest of the drives, man, I don't understand why they are not utilizing J.K. Dobbins. Come on. All right, Pat Bryant, 1 for 43. Troy Franklin, 3 for 22. And the touchdown. And then Cortland Sutton, 2 for 20. All right, defensively, Nick Bonito with 1.5 sacks. Uwa Zurike with a half a sack. Zach Allen technically has 2, but both times were half a sack, so he comes up with a full sack in this game so far. Malcolm Roach with a sack. And then finally, Hukfana with a sack as well, man. Dude, holy cow. 5 sacks for the Denver Broncos in that first half, including 4 in the second quarter. Wild, dude. Wow, wow, wow. So yeah, nothing too crazy. So for the Broncos, you got to get the running game going, man. It's not the passing game is clearly not really working. They're putting a little bit of pressure on Bo Nix, even though they've only sacked him one times. Especially in that first quarter, man. Bo was just getting pressured. In the second quarter, he found a little bit more time. He started finding guys down the field, but still not the best time. I think they need to run the ball, establish the run with J.K. Dobbins, who once again is averaging 5.5 yards per carry. See if you can continue to have that success if you give him more volume. Sometimes obviously you're like, oh yeah, he's averaging nearly 7 yards per carry. Well, he's only ran the ball 4 times or 3 times or whatever. And then once you start giving him carries, that average starts to drop down quite a bit. So, but I think it's worth checking out, man. If J.K. Dobbins can, even if he averages 5 yards per carry, and you give him 10 touches in the third quarter, that's 50 yards. That is gonna give you some great opportunity, man. So I don't know. Seastrom excited for A&M's game this weekend. Also, not sure what to think about picking the Broncos to win this game. Could literally go either way after halftime, but have hope Sean kicks into gear. Absolutely, man. Yeah, and I think it's a safe bet. I think even when they've been struggling, they've found points in yardage. I think the biggest thing too is the penalties, man. The penalties in this game have just wiped away some big plays for both teams. Obviously, the Trey Tucker, I think they just showed it. That Trey Tucker catch along the right sideline that went into the end zone, wiped out. The Broncos had a penalty. I think it was by the rookie Bryant, who would have picked up a big first down on 3rd and 14, I think. That wiped away a big catch there. So yeah, there's been at least 2 other. I think there was a run to the left side by J.K. Dobbins that would have gotten them into Raiders territory early in the second. That was wiped away by a penalty for the Broncos. So just stuff like that, man. Both of these teams need to clean things up, and that way to make sure that the referees do not get involved in this close game. But anyway, um, hopefully he gets to the locker room fired up. We know Sean Payne is one thing. Chill is not one of them. Sean Payne is he has a reputation for being a guy that's he'll tell you how it is, and he's not going to use the nicest words to tell you. But yeah, man, Texas A&M, because they had a bye week, right? The Aggies, they're looking great, man. They obviously just coming off of that win over LSU. It was such a bad loss that LSU fired their head coach. Yeah, the Aggies winning 49-25, and I think they scored most of that in the second half. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it was 14-18 with LSU on top. Aggies scoring 21 points in the third quarter and then able to finish strong in the fourth, outscoring LSU 14-7 in that fourth quarter to win by a big 24 points there. Yeah, that dropped the Tigers to 5-3, and then the Aggies a perfect 8-0 into November. Man, looking solid. They go. Oh yeah, Missouri. That's right, Mizzou. Hopefully, come back better than ever. Given a week of rest now for a road game at Mizzou. Heck yeah, man. Yeah, so after that, they go to South Carolina. Man, Mizzou is ranked 19th. I'm not going to pretend to know any of these teams, what their defenses or offenses. I'm not going to pretend to know any of that, but I know what ranking means. I know enough about that. So yeah, so the 19th ranked team in the country, going and hosting the third ranked team in the country, the Texas A&M Aggies. So and after that, the Aggies have a home game against South Carolina, the Gamecocks. All right. Sorry, I just got lost in looking up what Aggie means, and agricultural student, basically, or someone from a farm. That's what I'm seeing here. Yeah, man, you start giving me some history, man. I'm gonna read all about it, even on the live stream. All right, so I talked about what the Broncos should be doing offensively. Um, Run the ball, give Bo Nix, take a little bit of that pressure off of Bo Nix, in my opinion, because right now that dude is running and he's slinging it a little too loosey goosey, man. There's been at least two or three other throws that could have easily been picked off. I talked about the overthrow early in the game to Kelly. There's another one where Troy Franklin had to bat it down. Otherwise, Eric Stokes would have had a chance at it. And then obviously he did end up getting picked off just before the half. Their defense doesn't really have to do much of anything, man. Their coverage has been great, and then once the sacks started to kind of accumulate, then that defense literally started looking dominant against this Raiders offense. So, yeah, Broncos defense, keep it up. You don't have to do anything different. For the Raiders, um, offensively, they have to take advantage of the situations, man. They've been in the first half. They had so many opportunities where they had the ball past the 35, well into Broncos territory for at least one or two of those drives, and they came away with basically nothing. Um, so they need to be able to be more efficient. If you have to, man, just get into field goal range. That's all you got to do. Start kicking some field goals. You have one of the better, more reliable kickers in the NFL. Take advantage of it. Agricultural and Mechanical College, if I recall correctly, A&M. That is. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, agricultural and mechanical. That's what A&M means. I think it was. They were saying what I looked up what Aggie means, and the Aggie means like somebody from a farm or agricultural student, but that's what I read. But I'm gonna go from the expert, my man. I'm taking your word for it. I'm not taking Google's word for it. I don't know what they're. Technically, there's a couple A&Ms in the country. I think Florida has one. Yes, they do. But Texas A&M is the definitive one for me. And I think it's the definitive one for most. I know Florida A&M was they got a little popular I think a couple years ago because I think who the heck was their head coach for a bit. Yeah, it says right here Florida A&M University. Yeah, I'm trying to see who the heck was there. All right, I'll look that up later. I'm not worried about it. All right, man. Third quarter starting up, baby. Broncos returning it to the 15 to the 20, and the Raiders special teams has done it all freaking game long, and that is another great tackle inside the 15, sorry, inside the 20. But we do have a flag, and it's going to be on the Broncos, so that bad field position is only going to get worse. Oh, kickoff. There we go. Unfortunately, the spin move was ineffective. Tell you, man. Yeah, it looks like RJ Harvey used spin move and it was not effective. Maybe you can use tackle, and then that might be a little bit more effective. All right, 1st and 10 for the Broncos, and they're going to be at their own 8-yard line. Holy cow, man! They got a. Yep, it's gonna be on the tight end. I think they're on the right side. False start. Oh, it's Mercedes Lewis, the oldest active tight end in NFL history, baby. 41 years old, and the man is still. Unfortunately, Lewis is going to cost the team 5 yards there, so gets them inside their own 5. Handoff, trying to bounce it out, and he's going to pick up about 2 or 3 yards there, getting it down near the 7. Yeah, Mercedes Lewis, man, he was out of football for most of this season until he got signed. I think a couple of weeks ago, he was on the practice squad, and he got elevated this week. And he had a chance. If he played in this game, he was going to be the oldest tight end in NFL history to ever play in an actual game, and he just did. Bo pressured and incomplete. Trying to avoid a safety in the end zone. Oh, boy. All right, we got 3rd and 12 coming up. Bo takes the snap, throws it short, and that'll be incomplete. Broncos offense. Gonna punt this one away, man. I was just looking at the number of fans that are currently booing the Broncos right now is wild to me. Your team is 7-2. 7-2. Trust me, it's like if you paid a lot of money, yeah, you want to see more than just one touchdown. But I was like, I don't know, man. So a decent punt this time is going to be caught at the 39, returned across the 50, and they're going to be in Broncos territory, but there is a flag. Not the best throw, I think. Offense needs to get something going. Yeah. I think that last throw was just to make sure it didn't get picked off. Because you could see the corner. I think it was the corner that was kind of driving on that one. And I think Bo said he's like, even if I can get this ball to my receiver, he's going to be about 8 yards short of the first down. So I think Bo was just kind of that was him just kind of basically throwing that one away. I think. Here comes a flag. What else is new? I know, dude. There's been too many flags in this game. Yeah, let me double check the stats here. But that is the 14th penalty we have seen tonight. First and 10, Raiders with the ball. They will get it at their own 29 after the holding penalty on the return. Gino under center gets it out to his rookie running back, and he is going to be good near the 34. Pick up a 5 there for Genty. Here comes the flags. Second and 5. Nice little handoff. Nice little move there. And Ashton Genty picks up another 3 yards to set up a 3rd and 2. I feel like I know this announcer, sportscaster, whomever. Talking about me or no? I'm not kidding. I'm kidding. Yeah, I wonder who's Oh yeah, it's Curb Street and Al Michaels. Herb Street, obviously a college announcing legend. I don't think he does it anymore. I know when he was hired, he said that he still wanted to do it. I don't know if he still does. We'll see. Actually, that's a good question. Does he still do it? Looks like there is a timeout taken by the Raiders. Guy on the TV. Wait, hold on, Seastrom. You don't watch me on your biggest TV? Unbelievable. Oh, I'm kidding, man. This head is already big enough on a regular screen. You don't need to. The weight of this bad boy, man, might just take down the whole freaking mounting structure of your TV. All right, so the Raiders had to use a timeout here to avoid a penalty on 3rd and 2. Gino in the shotgun, running back to his left, single receiver on that right side. Takes the snap, has some time, delivers a ball that is going to be going right through the hands of Tyler Lockett. I don't know why Gino threw that one so high. I mean, if he puts it on Lockett, man, that is a first down. Lockett coming up with a little bit of a limp after taking a hit. And fair caught at the 16-yard line. All right, these two teams just trading punts early in the 3rd. Maybe Herb Street. No way. Definitely Al Michaels. Heck yeah, man. Al Michaels, a freaking living legend, man. Literally, just one of the announcers I grew up with. Like, anytime you heard his voice, you're like, we're gonna be watching a good game. Simple as that, man. It was. Yeah, I'm trying to think here. Jim Nance, Al Michaels. Let me see here. Bob Costas. I know not many people were big fans of him, but I liked Bob. Uh, Obviously, we all grew up with John Madden, but I'm trying to pick guys that are still potentially doing it now. Kevin Harlan. Kevin Harlan, man, one of the greatest voices of all time in all of sports, not just football. I mean, Kevin Harlan, NBA, we're talking about college football, even though I know he retired from doing that a couple of years ago. And then obviously, he actually does the Packers radio calls, which is I think one of the best ways to listen to or watch the Packers is with Kevin Harlan at the mic. Oh, look at that, man. Al Michaels with John Madden. Let's freaking go. Look at those suits, man. Ah, why don't we ever dress like this anymore, man? Everybody's wearing like a dark blue, gray or black. Come on, man. Let's get weird. Let's get dumb with the suits. Come on, you're on TV, man. I want to see like a bright purple zoot suit. You know, like after the game, after you're done announcing the game, you're gonna go to the club and just start doing some swing dancing. You know, maybe put a little feather in that bad boy. Just saying. It's going to be another handoff. This one up the middle, breaking some tackles, and J.K. Dobbins good for about 6 or 7. All right, 2nd and 3. Another handoff, and very, very slow to hit the hole there, but he might have picked up the first. Dude, look at number 76's name, Thrackmorton. That's a hell of a last name right there, man. Imagine getting the roll call in in school for that. Jenny Smith, all right, here. Billy Newman, here. Ben Thork Thrackmorton. That's a that's a freaking name right there, man. Sorry, his name is Calvin. Sorry, my bad. Calvin Thrackmorton. It's a hell of a name right there. That's an offensive lineman's name right there, dude. Like, yeah, that's a like you hear that name, you're like, yeah, this guy has to be like 300 pounds, right? All right, 3rd and 1. Bo Nix sneaking through. He might have gotten it. It's gonna be very close. And they're saying a first down. All right, we got less than 10:30 in the 3rd. Gets it out to his backup running back there for a first down. And that was actually the fullback, Adam Prentice, picking up 11 or 12 yards there on the flat route there to the right. All right, 1st and 10. Bo in the shotgun, running back to his right. Single receiver to that left side. Ball at the 39. Hands it off, running to the left, and getting it across the 45, down to the 46. A gain of 7 for J.K. Dobbins. Oh, we got another Oregon Duck, man. Throckmorton in his 5th year in the NFL out of Oregon. Yeah, this freaking Broncos team looking like the Mighty Ducks right now. 2nd and 3, spins out of a tackle and is going to be able to pick up 2 and will set up another 3rd and 1. Yeah, this game started out with 4 3 and outs for the Broncos, man. 3 plays, punt, 3 plays, punt, 3 plays, punt, 3 plays, and punt. All right, 3rd and 1, a ball at the 48. Pitches it out to the left. He's got some room. He's to the 50, to the 45, and down and out of bounds at the 44. J.K. picking up another 7 yards on that run. All right, 1st and 10 from the 45 of the Raiders. Bo with some time throws it underneath the coverage, gets away from a couple tackles, and we'll get it down to the 38. R.J. Harvey with a nice gain of 7. And we got a flag. False start. That's on Wettenberg. Oh, that reminds me. In the last game, I was talking about Whataburger because I always get a Whataburger burger when I go to Texas, man. It's gonna be a run up the middle, patient running and picking up about 7 or 8 yards there, man. R.J. Harvey setting up a 3rd and short for the Broncos. But Seastrom, it's been a long time, and I mean a long time since I got anything from Whataburger. Is it still delicious? Has it gone downhill? Is McDonald's the preferred sandwich place now, or the burger place now for fast food down there? Let me know. 3rd and 1. Bo, quick throw, gets it out. Cortland Sutton gonna run, and it goes nowhere. What the heck was that? So I'm assuming that was a backwards throw to set up Cortland Sutton to try to throw down the field, and it ends up blowing up in the Broncos' face for a loss of 5. 4th and 6 coming up. Whataburger is good. There we go. I was just telling people on the last stream. I prefer Whataburger over McDonald's, man. And it's going to be short Will Lutz, unable to make it from 59 yards. And the Raiders are going to have great field position to start their next drive. No, kick is no good. Yeah, man. To me, it's astounding that it took them this long to try to get the running game going. And once they get once they get it near field goal range, they start throwing weird, dumb backwards throws. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? It's a yard. Your running backs have been averaging basically 5 yards per carry. Just run it up the middle. Oh, and the drive looked so promising. Yep. Come on. Telling you, man. Sorry, I'm looking at some of the reactions to Mercedes Lewis. There was somebody that tweeted, "Wait, Mercedes Lewis is still in the NFL? He's been in the league since I was in pre-K." Yeah, Mercedes Lewis was drafted in 2006, dog. He is the last member of that entire draft class. I think the only guys that are older than him at this point that were drafted before him is only one guy, and that was Aaron Rodgers, who was drafted in 2005. That's it. Nobody else. It's Rodgers and Lewis holding down the fort for guys that have been drafted nearly 2 decades ago. Didn't the Raiders have a questionable run defense in the last game they played too? I swear I remember something about that. Yeah, they let me see here. I did make this for tonight. I'm gonna try to incorporate more of this stuff in the future. But yes, they are averaging 110 yards. That is 14th. Not terrible, but not amazing either. So Gino takes the snap over the top, and he's intercepted in and out of the hands of Ashton Genty and in the hands of the big man, making guys miss. And holy cow, Tillman bringing it down to the 32. Oh, man, we almost had a big man pick six. Woo! Look at this. Number 92 pretends like he's going to run, drops back into coverage, and then literally has the ball drop in his lap, makes a man miss, makes another man. Oh, man, Geno Smith just got. Oof. Geno trying to tackle him, and then Tillman just says, nope. Whoop. Just juking. So that interception is not on Geno, but that is going to be on his stat line. He has now 12 interceptions on the day. All right. Broncos with the ball. Handoff, and that's J.K. Dobbins, unable to get anything going. Wait, the Broncos have the ball? What did I miss? An interception, man. Geno threw it to the right, tried to hit Ashton Genty, and it literally just bounces off of his hands and lands in the hands of Tillman, the big man, number 92. And then he was able to run it back for, I think, like almost 15 yards. So, yeah, right now the Broncos have the ball at the 33 of the Raiders. Forward receiver set. Bo looking, trying to find somebody. He's going to run backwards, and that'll be incomplete. Oh, dang. Unlucky for Gino and Genti. Yeah. There's going to be pass interference, offensive pass interference on the Broncos. So they will lose some yards, and they will get to repeat that down. Not sure exactly what Sean Payne is doing. But I don't like it. All right, ball now at the 43. 2nd and 20. It's going to be a delayed handoff and down at the 1. Sorry, at the 41. And there might have been a fumble. But I think they're going to say he is down. Yep. Whew. J.K. Dobbins' left leg, I should say, got caught underneath the tackler. Hopefully he is not injured. He's walking off under his own power, which is good. 3rd and 18. Bo pressure, dodging bullets here in the backfield. And we'll get it out to his tight end down near the 39. Jesus. How many opportunities does your defense need to give you? Applies to both teams. Exactly, dude. Like, I get it. Early on, the Raiders had the ball. Like, I think they were averaging the ball at their own, like, 38. And they were coming away with nothing. In the second half, ever since, like, I would say, like, the 4-minute mark of the second quarter, the Broncos have had some pretty decent field position. Granted, they've had a couple drives started inside their own 5. They've had actually 3 drives start out inside their own 5. But still, man, jeez. All right, Broncos going to punt this one away. So the interception that they got at the 33 comes away with 0 points. All right, man. Well, the good news is for Gino, that interception did not count for anything. If the Broncos don't score, I'm not sure they're winning this game. Sorry, I missed I missed one. Yeah, dude. This is rough, man. These are 2 rough-looking offenses at this point. So an injury update there. Jonah Ellis, the linebacker for the Broncos, he is out with a hamstring injury. So Jonah has been like a little bit. Basically, he's been a rotational guy to kind of cycle through some of these starters for the Broncos, man. So that's a big name out for the Denver Broncos. Pretty sure there was at least 2 of the last 4 drives were from at least the Broncos 35, maybe at least the 40 wasted field position. 100%, my dude. 100%. Yeah, I mean, the Broncos, I think they initially they had the ball to start the half, I think, inside their own 20, because the Raiders did a great job of covering that one. and then they had a penalty on that one that moved them inside their own 10, and then they had another penalty that moved it inside their own 5. But since then, the Broncos' drives on the second half have started out in great position, man. Great position. And have come away with nothing, man. All right. First and 10, ball at the 20 after the touchback on the punt. Gino under center, hands it off to the rookie, and Genti picks up 3 there. Second and 7. Gino, little play action, looking, pressured, being run down by Nick Bonito, and I think they're going to get him potentially for, there it is, late flag, and it's going to be on Geno Smith for intentional grounding. Ashton Genti unable to really slow down Nick Bonito on that one. That's rough, man. Genti, man, he seems like he's got some of the slowest feet I've ever seen, man, in a running back. It's going to be a delayed handoff on 3rd and 20. They're just trying to get some yardage here for the punt, basically. And Mostert picks up about 3 yards, maybe 4. So we got clock is running 155, 154, 153. So we're basically nearly all the way through this third quarter, and we have not seen competent offense yet. I mean, I know it's windy, man, but come on. Blocked. It's blocked. And it's picked up by the Broncos. And they're going to have the ball inside the Raiders 15. Oh, my goodness, dude. I've been praising the Raiders special teams all freaking day, man. Their punt coverage, their kick coverage, their punter have been great. And now it just took a nosedive on that block. Sorry, I got the hiccups, man. Holy cow. Seriously, dude, what is up with special teams this year? Why can nobody block a punt or a kick? Or I should say block for a punt or a kick. They're doing a great job of blocking those kicks and punts. It's not blocking for them is the issue. So, 1st and 10, ball to 12. Oh, looks like there's a little bit of confusion, and Bo Nix is brought down for a loss of 3 back at the 15. It looks like there was supposed to be a handoff. It looks like the running back did not get that message because, he just went straight for the block. Like, Bo was like, no, take it. 2nd and 12. Dude, even when they have great field position, they lose yardage. All right, 2nd and 12, ball at the 15. Bo in the shotgun, running back to his left. Looking, looking, and incomplete. Oh, people can definitely block kicks. Oh, no. Unfortunately, this season, that's all they can do, man. They're blocking kicks, but they're not blocking for kicks. Unbelievable, dude. I have not seen special teams be this bad in the NFL. I don't think ever, man. Like, there is no confidence I have that there's going to be a kick or a punt that's going to be just a normal kick and a punt. Bo just dumps it outside on the receiver screen. He picks up a single yard and gets it near to when they started this drive. Well, the good news is, despite the Broncos' best effort to lose yardage, they're going to have an opportunity for a legitimate field goal here and some points. Once again, despite their best effort to just screw it up. And Lutz is now 1 for 2. He is good for this one. And the Broncos, for the first time tonight, have taken the lead against the Raiders. And they did it just before the third quarter ends. 5 seconds left. Shove the win. Also, what happened? Stepped away for a minute to get water, talk about field position defense, practically trying to shove the ball down the Broncos' throat. Yeah, unfortunately, it was a blocked punt, man. It's just. They're highlighting it now. Cole has had a great night, man. He's actually been able to pin the Broncos inside their own 5 yard line twice. But unfortunately for him, the rest of the special teams unit not having that great of a night, at least on that play. Come on, offense. Literally handed it to you in the red zone, and you got -2 yards. My goodness. So I was hoping Thursday night's streak of bad games, which they were on a heater, man, to start the year. The first 5 or 6 weeks of Thursday night football were just great game after great game. The last 2 weeks we've had blowouts. Now I'm wishing we would have had a blowout because at least we're getting points. All right, that return, not a great one, but it does end the third quarter, and we are headed to the final fourth quarter here. All right, man. All right, we're still on the commercial break here, so we're not missing a thing. Just trying to find anything to talk about in this game. I feel like the most astounding thing is we have more. Oh, here's a fun stat for you. So between these two teams, these guys right here, we have 17 points. We have 18 flags in this game. There have been more flags than there have been points so far in this game. The Raiders have 7, which matches their point total, and then the Broncos have 11, which is one more than they have scored in this freaking game. Unbelievable. Look, I don't want to hold this against the Broncos too much. It's the Raiders. From what I hear with Perna, this game gets weird at least once a year, but still. 100%. And I even said that. I was like, the Broncos should win this one on paper easily, but this is a division game. It's the AFC West. It's freaking weird. Division games are already weird just in general. Gino running and he gets tripped up trying to run for it. Might have picked up a yard, if that. Nick Benito was literally a half a step away from picking up another sack. And down. Geno Smith is unable to get up. He was trying to walk it off and then just crumpled to the ground. So hopefully it's not a serious injury. We're going to go to another commercial break here. But Kenny Pickett, the Pittsburgh legend, actually the Pennsylvania legend. He obviously went to Pitt in college, got drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers, was a starter there for 4 years. Actually 3 years, and then he got traded. And then finally was a backup for the Philadelphia Eagles when they won that Super Bowl last year. So, is Geno injured? Oh, some higher power really doesn't want any kind of offense in this game. Yeah, it's no bueno, man. No bueno. Yeah, once again, hopefully it's not a serious injury, man, because Geno's a good dude, man. I think a lot of these struggles that we're finding is one, him trying to do a little too much. Definitely his accuracy has been off this season more than we've seen from him in a while. But I think it's also just the weapons, man. He doesn't really have any go-to receivers outside of Brock Bowers. The running game has been non-existent for the Raiders all season long. Unfortunately, Genty has not been able to really consistently be what the Raiders and what many people thought he would be for them. Like, we're talking about a guy that everybody thought would be the next Bijan Robinson for the Raiders. And he has not come close to that. Whether that's because of the defense is doing a great job of stopping him or just the offense not doing a great job of blocking for him. Either way, not great. Might as well list Sean Payton as a QB3. Sean's like, he's like, all right, Kenny, if you don't start scoring some touchdowns for us, I'm gonna bench you and I'm gonna be throwing myself in here. All right. So the good news is Geno is gonna be able to walk off the field under his own power. I'm assuming it's either a knee or a hamstring, maybe. I don't know. All right. Kenny Pickett under center, 2nd and 9, ball at the 32. Hands off to the rookie Genty, and he loses 2 yards back at the 30, and that is Jonathan Cooper with a great tackle. So apparently I was wrong. Sorry. Kenny Pickett was a starter there for 2 years. They just said this is his 4th season. Was he drafted in 2021? All right, 3rd and 11. Kenny throws and incomplete, trying to get it to Beck. Actually, no, that. Who the heck was that? Oh no, that was Beck. All right, John Beck. There we go. I forget who this Sean Payton man. What college did he play quarterback at? I'm just trying to find that out. Sean Payton. And the punt is going to go out of bounds somewhere around the 25. Eastern Illinois. Let's freaking go. Look at that. And there's going to be a flag because why not, you know? Alrighty. So the Broncos have the ball here. Let's hope they can mercifully put this game out of reach with a touchdown. Yeah, dude, Mike McGlinchey, man, he's been doing his best against one of the best pass rushers in the NFL. Holy cow, dude, we got 5 people watching with us, man. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. First and 10. Bo throws to the right side, and that'll pick up 4 yards. But yeah, man, we got 5 people. Hey, if we can, let's try to get this video to 5 likes before this game ends, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, we got some good news. Geno Smith is trotting on the sidelines, trying to test that thing out. We'll see if. Oh, that drop back does not look good, though. 2nd and 6. Bo looking, play action, throwing it deep down the field. He's got a man, and overthrows Troy Franklin there. Drats. No good. Oop. That was a Palamoa on the coverage. Immediate pressure, has to throw it away, and we got another 3 and out for this Broncos offense, man. All right, well, Geno Smith is gingerly walking. He does have his helmet on. We'll see if he trots onto the field. We got 13:01 left in the fourth quarter here. Kershaw with his best punt of the night. And they're going to get an illegal block in the back on the Raiders. Why would you block that? Like he was not gonna bring him down. All right. So we got 19 penalties in this game now. 19, dude. Actually, it might be more, actually. Hold on. Yep. We did it, man. We did it. 20 flags in this game. 20 penalties. What is going on here, man? I mean, there's a good chance we end this game with more penalties than we do have points. Crazy. We in the fourth quarter yet? Well, yes, we are. We are around 12:50 something in the fourth quarter. So we got less than 13 game minutes left in the game. All right, man. We got Geno Smith in at quarterback. He is very slow to walk. So I'm assuming there's going to be a handoff, especially since they're starting at their own 10. Oh no, play action. Oh, throwing it down the field. Oh, he got him. Trey Tucker with a great catch. We got a first down. Oh my God, offense. Oh, it's like you haven't eat when you haven't eaten in like a day, and somebody gives you like a Ritz cracker. Oh, you're like, oh, that thing is just so flaky and buttery. It's delicious. All right, that one went for 25 yards. We're first and 10 at the 35. Gino looking, dropping it underneath to Genty. Makes a couple guys miss on the screen, and he'll get it down near the 39. So, yeah, that last drive was the eighth time in 11 drives that the Broncos have gone three and out. 8 out of 11. And weirdly enough, that does include one of their scoring drives, the field goal. Second and 6. Gino looking, throws. He's got a man across the 50, stays on his feet, and Thornton. Oh, sorry, there. Tyler Lockett getting it across the 45 down near the 43, and Gino ends up on his back. He is, can't tell if he's wincing or if he's laughing. How that isn't a penalty on Zach Allen, I will never know. Because Gino let that ball loose well after the hit. First and 10, ball at the 42 of the Broncos. Gino under center, hands it off to Genty, and he's good for a yard. Seriously, dude, Genty has some of the heaviest feet I've ever seen on a running back, dude. There is no... Like, look at his feet when he runs. When he's trying to make a cut, they linger on the ground, dude. It's wild. Second and 9. And a screen to the left, and Lockett is able to pick up maybe a yard. Might be right at the line. Yeah, you can tell Gino is very slow to walk, man. All right, third and 8. Broncos showing a lot of pressure, man. They got 6 guys on the line. They send 4. Gino stepping up, gets out of a sack, and never mind. Runs into another. That's Jonathan Cooper bringing them down for a sack, and this will be another punt for the Raiders. And that was Alex Kappa giving up the initial pressure. Kappa is he's actually the backup right guard there for Powers, who they lost early in this game. All right, Cole's punt is away. And it's going to be another good one, but there's a flag, and that's going to be a false start on the Raiders. So, okay, I think now the referees are just trying to see how much they can trying to see if they can get to 30 penalties in this game. All right, we got 8:42 left here, 4th and 16. Cole's punt is away. Should be another good one. And, Bounces right into the end zone. All right, the good news is we're nearly midway through the fourth quarter. Yeah, the Broncos have now recorded 46 sacks through the first 10 games. That is freaking wild, man. To average basically anywhere between 4 to 5 sacks per game. Crazy. And apparently, there's only been 4 teams in the NFL, in the Super Bowl era that have ever recorded more. It was the 84 Bears who recorded 47, the 87 Bears who recorded 48, the 89 Vikings who recorded 50, and then finally the 1967 Raiders who racked up 60 sacks through the first 10 games. Freaking crazy, man. Let me I completely forgot. I actually have the Broncos defense on my fantasy team. Let's look at what they're doing. Whoo! 16 points. Let's go. They have one interception, a blocked punt. Those are 4 points right there. And then a point for each sack, which they have 6 of. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Alrighty. Broncos back on offense here. Have the ball at the 20. 1st and 10. Bo in the shotgun, running back to his right. Pressure immediately getting out there. And he gets it out to his receiver, running a flat route for about 5 yards. Down to the 25. All right, let me know in the chat, man. Do you think the Raiders or the Broncos, are any of these teams going to score any more points? It's going to be a run up the middle that goes absolutely nowhere, man. RJ Harvey brought down right at the line, and it's going to be a 3rd and 5 coming up. All right, 3rd and 5, 3 receivers to the left. Bo in the shotgun, running back to his right. Looking, pressure, throws up in the air, and he's picked off again. And it bounces off of Troy Franklin's hand, and Kelly with his 2nd touchdown of Bo Nix. Geno Smith was in the blue tent. Now he's coming out of the blue tent. Clearly in pain, limping. And that was not a Bover throw. That was just a bad job by Troy Franklin, dude. Like, what the heck is going on? It's like he wasn't expecting the ball. Literally right through his arms, man. It's the second time tonight that a quarterback has been picked off after his own guy couldn't handle the pass. Run right up the middle, and Genty picks up 6 yards there, getting it down near the 40. All right. 2nd and 4, another handoff. This one, Genty able to back his way in for a first down for the Raiders. Picks up 5. We got 6:20, 6:19, 6:18, 6:17, 6:16, 6:15. If you want to sync up the last couple minutes of this game with us. Another handoff. Genty running strong, and he picks up 3 yards on the run. Holy freaking cow, man. You guys are wild. 6 people watching this game this late. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're new here or if you're returning, please make sure you leave a like on the video. And if you're new here, hey, subscribe, man. Stick around. We got some really good stuff. We got 4 more games that we're doing this week, and we're kind of just keep on building, man. We're just gonna keep on building the channel. Second and 7. Genty making a man miss in the backfield, but he only picks up a yard. So it's pretty clear Gino is not really able to really move comfortably. All right, the ball is at the 30. They don't really need to do anything crazy here. Just don't turn the ball over. You have a 48-yard field goal. Gino looking, running, pressure, down, incomplete. He's lucky he's able to get that ball out because he was about to get sacked for a loss of like at least 10 yards. Yeah, just Nick Bonito going completely unblocked. All right, man. Daniel Carlson in to try to tie this game up with 4:30 left in the game. I'm terrified if he does score this, we won't get another score until overtime ends. All right. Hold, kick, and no good. It's wide right. Oh my gosh, dude. Okay. We got 4:26 left. Let's hope nobody scores. That's all I'm saying. I mean, the fact that they're doing this is rude. I think they're just trying to torture us at this point. Unbelievable. Heck yeah, man. We got 7 people watching this train wreck of a game. I don't know who you are, man. You must be a glutton for punishment, but I do appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for being here, man. Um, yeah, if you're new to the channel, welcome. We do as many as 5 games per week on the channel. Most of them are not like this, so don't worry about it. But yeah, if you're new here, man, please make sure you leave a like and subscribe on the video. It helps out the video a ton. It helps out the channel a ton. Yeah, we just hit 114 on Monday night, so that was a big milestone for the channel. So once again, that's a credit to the people that have been here, that watch, that subscribe. I appreciate you guys. Thank you. All right, Broncos with a 1st and 10 from their own 38, run to the left, and J.K. Dobbins picking up 8 yards. There you go. There you go. Come on. Let's get a scoring drive here to kind of put this one away. 2nd and 2 coming up here. Clock is going to be under 2 minutes. Yeah, J.K. Dobbins, 13 runs for 60 yards. He is averaging well over, I think it's actually just under 5, actually. Just under 5 yards. I mean, come on. Hand it to him. It's going to pick up another yard there. The hole's just never developed. Third and 1. Oh, it looks like they're not on the same page. He's found his man. And Troy Franklin with a great shallow route. And he picks up a first and some big yardage after the catch. And Bo able to get that ball out just above the rushing Max Crosby there. It was like Franklin stepped out of bounds somewhere around the 45. So that will stop the clock. Well, looks like there was a missed block there because Max Crosby nearly snatched the handoff off, but we do have a flag. Oh, it's going to be on the Raiders. Oh, okay. I was going to say, I was like, woo. Crosby saying he moved. I think he was talking about one of the offensive linemen. First and 5, ball at the 30. And it'll be a gain of 4, so 2nd and 1 coming up. So I thought Franklin had stepped out of bounds at the 45, but apparently he kept His feet in bounds. I swore I saw him step out, but all right. Second and inches, ball at the 25. Handoff, and it's going to be no gain there. J.K. Dobbins, instead of just going right up the middle and picking up the first, he tries to bounce it up outside to the right for some big yardage and then gets nothing on that one. All right, Raiders are going to use a timeout here, their second of the half. So Gino is now questionable to return with a quad injury. I think if they get this ball back, I think they're just going to put in Kenny Pickett. All right, third and inches coming up. And Bo, with a QB sneak, is able to get the first down, and that'll likely end this game. The Raiders can stop the clock one more time, and they are choosing to use it now. Geno Smith looks like the saddest man on earth right now. He's by himself on the bench, just looking into like the middle distance. All right, we got 2:18 left. We got one more play before the 2-minute warning. Oh, I see Mercedes Lewis. Let's go. Handoff right up the middle. Raiders struggling to bring down J.K. Dobbins. He's inside the 20, and that's a pickup of about 7. All right, we're just waiting for the last couple plays here. So there's a chance the Raiders can get the ball back. It's just, I mean, they're not going to have much time to do much of anything. All right, second and 3. A first down would end the game, though. So the Broncos don't need to score. Handoff to the left, and it's a first down, and there it is. That is going to be the game, and the Broncos are going to somehow come away with a win with just 10 points here, man. This second half, man, dragged because there is no points basically scored. We saw 3 points scored in the second half. And the Broncos are going to take a couple knees, and that'll be the end of it here. The first one there. All right, I'll do my final kind of like speech stuff about each team. So the Raiders, they're going to drop to 2-7 on the year. So once again, this was not a season that they were expecting to be Super Bowl contenders or maybe even playoff contenders. But it is still disappointing, man, how they have lost, man. It's been bad. For the Denver Broncos, I mean, they're going to improve to 8-2. That's great. Another victory in the division. Never apologize for winning, even if it's ugly, but dang, it was freaking ugly, man. This is not a game that either team is going to be like, see, we're a good team. Like, none of it. There was maybe a handful of really great plays between both of these teams this entire game. And I mean, I'm talking about probably less than 5, man. I'm like 3 or 4. Where you can be like, oh, that was a great play. That would be a great play on any other game. That was it. Otherwise, it was just two teams just struggling to find any type of momentum. And unfortunately, none of them found it. The Broncos, literally, the only reason they won is because they were able to get a turnover that got them the ball basically. Sorry, a blocked punt that got them the ball basically inside the 15 of the Raiders. They had a turnover. They had an interception that got them to the 33, and they lost 2 yards on that drive. And they missed a field goal, or they had to punt it actually, because I forget there was a penalty on that one that actually moved them back to the 45. And then the blocked punt, they actually ended up losing 2 yards on that one. That's where they lost the 2 yards. So yeah, man, this was not a good game by either team. The Broncos got lucky a little bit. I think if they were going up against a more competent offense, they might have lost this one. But again, don't apologize for winning. I mean, if this was the Super Bowl, I don't think any Broncos fans would be complaining about winning 10-7. They would have said it was a boring ass Super Bowl, but they'd be celebrating. So it is what it is. Holy cow. Sorry about that. Had to handle something. Y'all have a great night. Got work in the morning. All good, my man. I understand. Thank you for popping in here. Thank you for staying for most of this game, man, even though it wasn't the most exciting. Seastrom, I always appreciate you. Good luck to the Aggies, man. Hopefully they can get another big win and move to 9-0, man. Let's freaking go. Higgum. Hopefully I didn't butcher that. Like I said, really want to see something out of the offense. Hopefully they show up next week. Only thing that helps is that the Broncos defense still held up, I guess. It's true. True. Special teams didn't do a bad job either. So, but yeah, man. That's why there's three phases of the game, man. Sometimes one is sucking it up, and the other two need to kind of elevate it for everybody. But yeah, man. Heck of a game. Boring as hell. I was about to say. Sorry, usually there's good games on here, so it's kind of a reflex to say heck of a game. No, this game sucked, but we got to see some really, really, really interesting plays. And yeah, it just makes you appreciate the better games when we're going to get some. So, all right, guys. Thank you so much, man. Thank you to everybody that watched, man. I know this wasn't the most exciting game, but hopefully you got some good content out of it or got some enjoyment out of this. Whether it was me trying to fumble my way through finding something to talk about in this game. Seastrom, obviously, you really held down the chat this entire time, man. So I appreciate you, man. Like I said, the stream is always going to be solid. I feel like it's always going to be okay. We're talking about football. There's always going to be interesting stuff that happens throughout the game, but when the chat is popping off, it creates a great stream. So thank you, Seastrom. Thank you for holding down the fort, man. I appreciate you. My voice is going. I don't know why. I barely spoke. There wasn't really a whole lot to talk about in this game, but yeah. But thank you so much, guys. Have a great night. I'll catch you guys for 3 games on Sunday, and let's freaking go. Hopefully, we get some better ones. So, once again, my name is Dave, and I'm not a coach. Thank you. Have a good night.